Good morning, traders, and this is your Dax day trade setup for today. So just before we get into the chart, just a quick review on the small account. We're sitting at 14,087. Do have a trade running on the Dow at the moment, which is looking pretty interesting. There's still another 60 points I'm looking for in the trade. So stop is up, got capital locked in, or profit locked in, and we're holding for the next level. We may actually be able to add to that trade later today as well. Okay, so we are sitting at the moment on a 16.19% return for yesterday, and that includes this trade that's running at the moment. So I'll probably only close this off once this trade is closed. Yeah, I'll work it out. I've been closing trades overnight, so at the moment I've got trades open, which is skewing the result. But anyway, 16.19% return at the moment, which is not too shabby. And but I must confess, this week I have been trading like I normally trade, which is sit in front of the charts for extended period of time and trade what you see. So, which is why the results are what they are. Okay, and basically we've had for the week. Monday was 300 bucks. Tuesday was 1,000. Wednesday was 600. Yesterday was 1,900. And today I've got a target of at least 2,000. Okay, so anyway, that's what we have today on the account. If we look at what's happening on the DAX here, we have a pin bar, and I suspect this pin bar is off a Fibonacci level. Yep, it's off the 50% Fibonacci. That is a buying opportunity, and I suspect we're going to have a trade here on offer, something like this. And that is going to push us, I would assume, above the all-time highs, just above the all-time highs. So the other level we need to pay attention to is the all-time highs. Okay, so let's get down to stuff we can trade, starting with a 3-hour. Okay, so we had a pretty strong rally. We moved the downside. Let's just get rid of some of this noise. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Okay, so we've had a fairly structured pullback. We've had an engulfing bar off a level. Where's our level? There's multiple levels inside here. So we'll just take this tail here. It's not a fractal level. That's probably more like it. But anyway, it is a rejection of the level. It's quite a deep rejection, but still a rejection. And we are now also got to close above this trend line. Okay, so yes, we've broken through the alligator, but that does not confirm a short. You need to get back into the alligator, reject it, and what I would expect is a rejection of this inside bar here. So rejection of 13,272 gives us the opportunity to move for another short. I'm of the opinion that this is the move up. Okay, this is a retracement of this original move up, and we're going to get the next move. The US markets are at all-time highs. The DAX hasn't followed suit yet. Okay, we still do have this measured move, which is our double top. But yeah, I'm not entirely convinced that that is the structure we need to pay attention to. So I'm just looking to see whether we have a bigger trend line here. No, we don't. Okay, so I think fractal breaks is the ones to pay attention to at the moment. No, let's just get rid of the noise and focus on what we have to. And that is what I want to focus on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and we've got basically 3 1-hour bars above it. They are hovering on the 200 EMA. So your first fractal level is pretty much there. Okay, which is this bar here. And your second fractal level at the moment is down there. Okay, So break of the low of the day yesterday, which is 13,146, will then bring that double top into play. Okay, and just make sure we've got that. Okay, so that'll bring 13,079 into play, and that would be a decent area to be long. Okay, now a break above 13,223 is going to validate this channel break, and that is going to set up the move to the all-time highs. Now, if we just put the all-time highs levels in, okay, the measured move is obviously higher than the all-time highs, but I just want to get a feel for what we're doing here. So there is our stop. So it's a 100-point stop, which is quite rich at the moment, but we'll get a better stop entry now. And you're looking at 275 points on the DAX, and that is substantial. So if we just roll down to the 30 minutes, you'll see we have another fractal level, and that would be my stop level. Okay, so looking for the longs, I'm looking for longs with a stop below 13,200, and I'm looking for a break, which I've already got the break. I've got the break on the close, which is above 13,221. And if we just have a look at where we are at the moment, DAX futures is flat, 13,232. Okay, those are the two fractals that I'm looking at. And if we look at this on the 12-minute, I would ignore that fractal. I still play this fractal here, and you can see typical DAX. We rally, and then going into the close, it just goes into a range, and you're looking for the break of that range. Okay, little cup and handle here as well, and probably a bigger cup and handle here as well. Okay, so on the 12 and the 30-minute, we have a trend change and confirmation. So there was our break of the trend, back to test the alligator and moving on. So the trend change is there. So on the low time frames, it is long. Okay, now if we can get in somewhere in this area here and a stop there, that's a 25-point stop loss. I mean, that's substantial. On my current risk at the moment, I can risk 281 Rand. So it doesn't matter whether it's Rand or dollars or pounds or whatever it is. Let's just call it currency. So I can risk 281 based on the size of my account. So that would give me a good 10 contracts. So that would give me basically 10 Rand or 10 currency or $10, 10 euro per point for 270. So this could turn out to be a good 2,700 Rand trade, which would be very interesting. Okay, so anyway, that's my view at the moment on this, and let's just make sure we've got nothing on the Ichimoku that stands out. Okay, 12-minute, you can see we've had the break of the cloud, we've had the retest of the cloud there. Everything is bullish right now. Cloud is bullish, Kijis and Tiggins is bullish, Shikuspan is bullish, so we've got the break there. So again, we can trade that fractal. We can also trade this fractal here. The only problem with trading this fractal is this fractal was broken. So that's why I'd look at the 30-minute fractal, which is there. Okay, 30 minutes, we have a bullish cross. We are just inside price, so it's coming up to an area. So what you can expect here is some kind of pullback in the cloud. Come find some structure, just go sideways, and then break through the cloud. Okay, so that's kind of the view that we have at the moment. So bullish, bearish, and bearish. Mixed signals, but this is the one that you want to take your cue off. 1 hour is still bearish. Everything is bearish. Cloud is bearish. Price, okay, price is not bearish because price has broken through a trend line. You're looking for confirmation on price, but Kijis and Tiggins and bearish, Shikuspan bearish. So everything there is bearish. And then we have the 4 hour, which is bearish, bearish, bullish. Okay, but you see what I mean by this looking like it's a pullback, and it also depends how you draw your line. But if you do that and you do that, you have a wedge. Okay, nice structured wedge, good move up, structured wedge, boom, you're looking for another move up. Or alternatively, you're looking for rejection here, come back onto the cloud, which is more than likely this measured move here. That in there, that's a little bit lower. But this thing could come back down, touch this area, and then move to the upside as well. Okay, so at the moment it's cautious, but you have bearish, bearish, and then bullish. So basically, you could have a move up, and then you have this sideways motion until Kijisen and Tenkan on the 4 hour come together, and then it starts moving to the upside. So I don't think it's going to move very quickly, and you can see where the buyer stepped in here, right off Kijisen there. Okay, a good 60-point move off Kijisen. Okay, so and this is bullish, kind of neutral, and in price here is a little bit not quite bearish. It needs to break through price for bearish, but let's just call it neutral ranging. So yeah, so I think I'm looking for longs here. Definitely looking for longs. I think the risk to reward profile of this is exceptional at the moment. 12 minutes is the chart for me. That is the break of the fractal, which I have already got. So I have two choices here. Wait for the open, which is what I will do, and I'll wait for the open plus sort of the 10 o'clock our time, which will be 9 o'clock European time. But wait for the actual open to see what's transpiring. Set out that first 15 minutes and then look for the entry. But right now, I mean, if I can get a trade around there, that's 22 points. Possibly even if it gets moving, I've got a much lower stop loss. I can get it down to 10 points. So that would be a really decent trade as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so that's my view at the moment. We're looking for longs, and we're going to watch this little range here. Even if it does break the downside, this level where we bounced off, which is the daily Kijisen, will offer support again, 13,161. So you could actually go into a bigger range. And being this time of the year, it's quite possible that that happens as well. But nevertheless, that's what I'm looking for. So we're just going to look for breakouts and then take the trade. Okay. Hey guys, that's it for me today. I hope it helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.